Internet land! It's us again, on the road. We're going to do one of those where you ask us anything. We're on a very windy road this time, so again, no crashing. Vicky's going to ask the questions. We've got a second GoPro that's looking out the front. So hopefully when we go past some really cool scenery, then I can just cut to that all fancy like and just show you how nice it is around here. As before, these are your questions, so if they're shit, it's your fault. If you think you can do better, down below, leave a comment and ask us anything. Or go to our Facebook page and ask us anything there. Vicky.
Zion.
Yes.
Daniel Bode says.
Hello, Daniel Bode.
Hi, Daniel. Dan says, what are your regular jobs? As in, how do you pay the rent / feed yourselves?
We don't have regular jobs. Never had regular jobs. You've heard of smellyourmum.com, right? Because that has,
basically that, yeah.
That has fed and clothed us and paid our rents and helped us look after little animals and helped us fund the band stuff and make movies and all sorts. So my advice to any budding artist is start a really, really popular website selling sweary clothes.
Don't take this.
No, don't. You can buy ours.
Buy ours.
£100,000 and it's yours.
Yes.
So that's how. And also, more recently, I have been, as you may have noticed, doing the quirkamelia.com stuff, which we hope will mean that we can ease off on the t-shirt side of things a bit more, because it hurts Vicky's hand.
It's very knackered. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just like popped.
Yeah, it's all monged up. So these are bionic ones. So buy more t-shirts so that we can afford a bionic hand for Vicky.
Hoping that we'll get paid millions of pounds to do these videos.
Yeah, fucking subscribe below and like it, share it, so that then YouTube can pay us lots of money to entertain the fuck out of you guys.
I also am quite interested in helping people with their dogs and horses, basic training and any small problems with clicker training, positive reinforcement, which is what I use with Scully and my ponies. Force-free, pain-free, drug-free, alcohol-free, vegan, hippie pony hugging, basically. But it does work, and no, you don't do that to your ponies. And I'll tell you a funny story about Timmy, this pony stallion. When Kato first came to live with us, because Timmy had never met a gelding before, and he met Kato, and they met over walls for a few days before I put them in together, so they could get to know each other a bit, so they wouldn't fight. And then when I put them in the field together, first it was nice, it was calm, it was quiet, there was no fighting or anything. And then Timmy's like, well, he's not a stallion, so I must be able to shag it. And Timmy was chasing Kato, who's quite a bit bigger than him, around this field with a massive heart on. And I'm watching thinking, my horse is about to get raped and there's nothing I can do about it. But luckily, Kato just kept sidestepping him, and then Timmy was like, wait a minute, it's not a mare, is it? Why didn't you tell me? This is so embarrassing. Chuck! I'm calling you Chuck, for you, Charles. Chuck says, opinion on Trump.
My opinion on Donald Trump. Okay. He is a massive wanker. I've read his books on business, because I admire him as a businessman. You know, you don't make $1 million by being a fucking idiot. Although I do have a theory that his surname, Trump, has helped him, because I think that he goes into meetings and automatically he's got an advantage over people. Like Mr. Weakling is not going to be quite as good as Mr. Trump. But anyway, and I have watched some of his Celebrity Apprentice things, and I don't necessarily enjoy him, but I quite enjoy the programs. But he clearly is an absolute massive wanker. And if you people in America vote him in, then you're more fucking
dog trumped. So that can't be enough said, really. And he's just an embarrassment to humanity. The stuff that comes out of his mouth, I think there is no connection to his brain. It's just such awful, awful things he says about other living human beings. It's just scary. Yeah, it's scary that people follow him and that people listen to what he says and don't just think, what a fucking wanker. Okay.
I wonder at what point he realises that his family would have,
Yeah.
you know, entered into America
Yeah.
at some point, generations back.
It's cognitive dissonance. He just doesn't have any concept that these are real living humans.
Stick to business, Trump.
Yeah, keep away from people. Okay, question 3. Opinion on ISIS.
Fucking idiots.
Again.
All the beheading stuff, obviously, clearly, you don't need to say anything about that because it's clearly barbaric. There's no justification for it.
I don't think we should talk about them. I don't think we should give them the time of day. I don't think we should give them any more attention or publicity. This is what
We
they
won't
want.
call them ISIS, we'll call them cowardly girly men.
No, don't disparage women and men. Shitheads.
Well, I just want to say that they are fucking bellends for going around destroying all these historical places that they go and destroy. That winds me up more than chopping people's heads off. Because chopping people's heads off,
We've
okay,
got more
that's
than enough
terrible.
people already.
That's terrible for humanity. But when you go and destroy something historical that's been there for 1,000 years and could be there for thousands of years more, in the long term, that is worse. Next.
Do you miss your favourite? You spelled it wrong. You spelled it American way.
Yeah.
Brody.
Brody. Well, mine.
Oh, that was mean.
Since moving up north, we do miss some people down south. That is for sure.
You can come and visit though, Chuck.
Yeah, come and visit, Chuck.
You can meet the ponies, we'll take them for a walk.
Is that Chuck done?
You can come and visit. I'll make you a cup of tea or coffee.
Yeah, she'll put that funny milk in it though.
It's really nice.
Oh, I don't know if you can see as we cross this bridge. I don't know what the camera's going to pick up, but it's so nice over there with all the trees and the water and the Vikki stuff. That was the thing we noticed when we first moved up here. It was sort of so picturesque. So picturesque. We have a theory that the whole Grim in the North thing, that's just something that northern people made up to try and stop southerners from discovering how nice it is up there.
Barbara Brown! Hello, Babs.
Hello, Barbara.
My question is, are you concerned that having shown everybody the way to your home, you'll be under siege from your fans wanting signatures, locks of hair, and so on?
We're only really concerned about you, Barbara. If anybody was brave enough to come to our house, then we would just run them through with our sword. We don't need to follow the laws of the land because we're our own little kingdom up there. So if anyone comes in, we just stab them.
You can
Don't
hide
come
the
back.
body on the moors,
Yeah.
you wouldn't find it.
There's more
ever.
land for miles and miles
Yeah.
and miles. So we just go, run
Leave
you
it.
through, stick you outside, sheep will eat you.
Yep.
We forget about it. So yeah, don't do it.
Janine King.
That would be my auntie.
Hello. Any plans to adopt more animals?
I would very much like to adopt a pig. Or 2 pigs.
Do you think one of those coon coons?
Carry on.
Stop fucking interrupting. Wait, you always tell me to slow down, and when I slow down you interrupt, and then you wonder why I talk fast. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, is that the kind you want then? You think the little hairy ones? Yeah. You want those pigs. And are you going to look after the pigs? You're going to clean up after them? You're going to go out and feed them? Point at me. This is what the other day he keeps saying, I want a pig. And I said, well, find out how you look after pigs and how you care for them and see if you can get pigs. And leaving the room in a hurry, he shouts, I know how to look after pigs, Vikki.
My animal husbandry skills.
Involve chasing puppies around.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
You've seen. And if a pig will be happily be chased around, in short, we would. I would like to rescue some pigs. That was my phone, in case you're wondering what Hey Now was. I also like pygmy goats.
Oh, I love a little goat. A miniature donkey would be awesome.
Yeah.
But they don't really like living in cold places, and they need like a stable really, except for the desert donkeys.
You've seen the Bible, you know they need.
Yeah, that's like camels and that. So the
little donkey story.
Little donkey, yeah, that's true.
It's a Bible thing.
So as much as I'd love a donkey or a miniature donkey, it's not really right for them.
Do you think if we got a donkey, we could tease Jesus out of hiding?
Walk around with a donkey going, Jesus, come and ride the donkey. Yeah, why not?
I remember a donkey when I was in a manger.
So he's got to find out if he's prepared to look after a pig properly.
Yeah, we've got to see if we
No,
can look
I'm not
after
looking
pigs.
after your pig for you. If you want to get a pig, you look after it. I look after everything else.
If we do get a pig, we're going to call it Jabba. If we get 2 pigs, we'll call the other one Salacious Crumb, I think, which is the little thing that sits on Jabba's tail bench.
At some point, we want
Peacock.
Peacock. Battery hens, ex-battery hens, anyway. Because we've got 5 ducks at the moment.
Should explain, because the term battery hens might not be a worldwide term, and there might be some people.
Caged hens. Hens that are forced to live in tiny cages and not being able to move. Literally, they get a space of just under an A4 sheet of paper for their entire lives, and then they're slaughtered. But if they're lucky, they get rehomed rather than slaughtered. So we're hoping to get some that we can
That's
rehome.
what a battery hen is.
Yeah.
It's not a chicken with a battery stuffed up its bottom.
And buy free range eggs.
We'll do what we do and buy some ducks.
Yeah, and then you've got your own.
free eggs.
Yeah, they're organic, and the ducks are happy, and you've got all the duck shit you can eat. But
And
yeah,
you may or may not be allowed to shag them. Not actually allowed.
I didn't know that was in the I didn't know that you think about that. Try and move. Got your eye on the move. Lie down. Audrey. You check Audrey. Thanks, dude.
Where do you think the expression fuck a duck comes from?
I think it's just because it rhymes.
Next question.
Glenn Webb, why did
Hello,
you move?
Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Why did you move up north?
Because of that. Look out there. See that? That's why we moved up north. Okay, I lived down south for over 40 years, and there's much more parts of the world than down south.
There's much more parts of the world than down south.
Yeah, that's me being intelligent and clever. So it seemed like a good idea to try somewhere different. Scotland we were originally aiming for, but we just fell a little bit short. We're right near the borders of Scotland. And just look at it. This is... We've popped to the supermarket. The supermarket's 25 miles away, and look at our journey home. I don't know what else anybody needs to know. Plus, there's no dragons down south. Loads of dragons up there.
Oh yeah. Johnston is an amazing place. I like all the space. I like the wildness. I like that you're not walking into another person every 2 inches. I like how friendly everyone is. Everyone's really friendly. I mean, you can't get rid of them. So you have to be sociable. Even though there's no one around, a few people are around, they want to be friends with you. It's crazy. It's great.
We've had friendship forced upon us by
Yep.
Northerners,
Yep.
which is fine.
Yep.
I'm thinking particularly of Ben and Cookie.
Ben and Cookie.
Yeah, if you're watching this.
See you tomorrow.
Stalkers. We went to a car boot sale in Hexham, which is where we're just coming back from. And we were driving, minding our own business, and this man would come over and he'd start talking to us. And he was some sort of like man that points you where you park your car, which you can't do it by yourself apparently. And every week he would come over and he would say hello. And me and Vikki would spend our time thinking, why does he keep picking on us? What have we done to deserve this special treatment? And then he introduced us to his wife, Cookie. And next thing we know, we invite them over so that Cookie I find it very odd being the age that I am making friends. That is strange. I thought you stopped doing that when you're about like 20. Apparently you keep on making friends throughout your life. I didn't realise that. What's this to do with? What was the question?
When did you move up north?
Oh right.
To be closer to Ben and Cookie.
Yeah. Ultimately we moved up north to be closer to Ben and Cookie.
Chris Viner says, if there is still time, why is the sky?
Chris Viner, why is the sky? This is another one of those
Stupid questions.
Look out there, that is why the
That's
sky.
why the sky.
Yes. Why the sky.
Margot Frobisher says, what are you buying Vikki for Valentine's Day? Is it suitably expensive?
No.
David Duchovny says, buy something awesome for Vikki for Valentine's Day.
What kind of thing would you suggest, David Duchovny of the X-Files?
I obviously went Scully, David Duchovny there, didn't I? I'm not sure. What does she want? Vikki didn't think that through because I don't know if she really wants that.
Yeah, you're just going to try and make me look bad to the internet world.
No, I thought you might come up with something really awesome to surprise me.
No, I was going to do what we normally do on Valentine's Day.
Nothing.
The gift of my present should be enough, not actual presents. Has anyone else made up after this question?
Barack Obama says, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Are you sure it's the real Barack Obama and not someone using a pseudonym?
This is what it says, their name is here, Barack Obama.
Because I can't understand
What
why
do you like
the
to do
President
in-
of the United States of America
What do you like to do in your spare
wants to
time?
know what we do in our spare time.
Maybe he's looking for a new hobby.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be out of a job, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a lot of spare time soon, so
Right. Okay, what sort of hobbies can the next president have?
anything he fucking likes.
No, they're probably limited. It could become what are they called? The ones that wank off turkeys.
Turkey wankers.
Right, he couldn't become a turkey wanker.
Why not?
Right, it's not very becoming for the ex-POTUS. I saw him on the Comedians in Cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld.
Could he get coffee for it?
I think he could be a stand-up comedian.
Really? That'd be awesome.
I think he's got a good sense of humour and he's understands how to deliver the joke.
I love the idea of an ex-president of the United States of America becoming a stand-up comedian. But anyway, he wants to know what we do in our spare time.
All right. Well, I don't have any spare time. What spare time I did have is now spent editing these things. Vikki has loads of spare time. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I gather firewood and chop it up.
You do.
It's hardly spare time, is it? Gathering fuel to keep you warm. I like training my ponies, playing with my puppy, and the rookies. Reading.
Well, we hope that helps you, President of the United States of America. We're getting to our destination now. We've run out of questions. If you want to ask us anything, you can go to my Facebook page, which is just like Facebook.com/LordZeon, or you can go to Vikki's, which is Facebook. Vikki Spin. I'll put a thing below right now in magic, just there. There are our Facebook things, so you can go there. You can ask us questions there, or you can comment below and ask us questions. You have to make sure that you subscribe, which is the button down there somewhere. Just press it. Press it. Press it now. Subscribe. Do it. Thank you. And like the video and share it and all of that shit. Vikki, would you like to sign off?
Bye!